Okay, now this is kind of like a little math vacation doing multiplication. If you can keep in mind the question that you just finished and that we just marked, and then you look at multiplication, it's going to be like, oh, that's it. Okay? When you were going through the process of math, you did addition and subtraction, and they were okay. Then you got to multiplication, division, and they got a lot tougher. Knowing all your times tables, right? Knowing all, how to do long division and all that stuff. Well, with rational numbers, it's the opposite. Addition and subtraction are mean and brutal and long. Multiplication, division are the simple, fast, easier ones. Okay? Now, we're going to get right to we're going to go to grade 8. Okay? How do you do multiplication? You multiply the numerators, bang. Multiply the denominators, bang. Done. Okay? So, 7 times 1, 7. 10 times 5, 50. And cut. Okay? That's how fast those are. No common denominators, no converting fractions. Okay? It's pretty sweet stuff. Now, multiplication has some nice things in it that make your life really easy if you know how to use it. Now, look at the next one. Now, make sure you always reduce your fractions after. 7 over 50, 7 is a prime, so we're not breaking that down. 9 tenths times 5, 6. Now, right away, hey, 9 times 5, 10 times 6, go for it. But if you can stop and say, hey, can I reduce anything first? And I want you to look at these two. Okay? Now, just so you know, this is 9 times 5 over 10 times 6. Like, that even makes it look a little bit more like, oh, I see. Now, do you see how 5 and 10, 5 can divide into both of them? You see that? So you do that. If you can do it in the top, do it in the bottom, so that's going to be 1, and that's going to be 2. I divided 5 into both of them, and I can reduce just like that. 9 and 6, what can go into them? 3. So if I divide 9 by 3, it's 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then I go 3 times 1 is 3 over 4. Now, the reason I'm showing you that is because when we get into variables, you need to do that to make your life simpler. Okay? So let's look at, now, again, see that time sign separating them? They're really not separated. You can go like this, and your bunch of numbers over, okay? Now, remember, they're like this to each other, right? So they still are multiplying to each other, okay? But what's really nice is, like, do you see the 12 and the 4? We can divide each by 4, correct? So that's going to be 3, and that's going to be 1. Do you see how there's 1y on the top, 1y on the bottom? Gone. X's, there's none to cancel. But Z's, there's 1 Z on the bottom, 2 on the top. So that'll be gone, and here I'll put a 1, right? Because there was Z squared, so I'm just going to now multiply what you have left. Okay? Do you see I have nothing on the bottom anymore? Right? I got a 1 on the bottom. And the top, 3 times 3 is 9. X times x is x squared. Remember, add exponents when you multiply. And then we have a z. Okay? Let's go down and do A and B here, because these are more, a little bit more in depth, but not really, because if you look at, okay, if there is an x plus 1 on the top and the bottom, cancel them. I got an x plus 3 on the top. Remember, we can cancel factors, right? Those are not terms. Okay? And then I am left with just the 2 up top and x times x minus 2 on the bottom. Ooh, my bad. Let's go back. A. What did I forget? Non-permissibles. Y, or, yeah, y cannot equal 0. And z cannot equal 0. That's why I should never tape first period. I'm trying to kind of rush, but see what happens? You waste time. Okay? Now, how about A here? What's bad in A? X cannot equal 0. 2. Negative 3. And negative 1. Okay, now B, a little bit more in depth because B, they're not just going to give you it nicely factored, but we can do that. So 4x plus 16. Remember, always see if you can take something common out. We can take out a 4. So that would be x plus 4. Okay? How about 2x minus 1? Anything there? No. How about 14x minus 7? Take out a 7. That's 2x minus 1. Okay? And then you get to cancel. Remember, everything you get to cancel is like money in the bank, right? That's saving you work later. So I got a 2x minus 1 on the top and the bottom. I have 1x plus 4 at the top, 2 on the bottom, so that's gone. And you could just take the 2 and put a 1 there, okay, because I actually canceled one of them by my x plus 4s. Okay, so what am I left with up top? Just a 4. On the bottom, I am left with a 7 and an x plus 4. X cannot equal negative 4, 1 over 2. Remember, look through the whole question. Okay, 2 more examples. Okay, so hopefully you're kind of getting in the habit of, like, I got to factor first, and then I will get at doing the question. Don't get right into it, because that's what they want you to do, right? And that's what costs you time and makes mistakes. Okay, so what can I do in 2m cubed minus 4m squared? Anything common? Take out a 2m squared. Don't worry, they can't hear you on the mic if that's what you're worried about, okay? So 2m squared, that leaves me with m minus 2. Very good. Okay, let's do the bottom. The denominator of this one. Going to take out 3m, leaving me with m minus 3. Okay, up top, I'm looking for 2 things that add to negative 1 and multiply to negative 6. Negative 3 and 2. And m squared minus 4 is a difference of squares. M minus 2, m plus 2. Now, if anywhere on the top can cancel with anywhere on the bottom, because remember, those are all together in the same level, that times sign really, right, is like this, right? Okay, so I'm just going to start canceling. Let's just go left to right. I got an m minus 2 here and here, right? I have an m minus 3 here and here. I have an m plus 2 here, and here. Now, the 2/3 I can't do anything with, but I got an m squared up top and an m on the bottom, right? So I will cancel this and put a 1 there. So there is no math to do after this. It's 2m over 3. But this is where we got to be really on our game. M cannot equal 0. 3 plus or minus 2. Okay? So a little different than addition and subtraction, isn't it? I mean, it's just like factor, cancel. Multiply what's left. Okay, so here, this is like, right, top of the difficulty scale here. Now, we're looking for, let's factor each one before we get going here. So, two things that add to 8 and multiply to 15. 3 and 5. So that's a plus 3, a plus 5. Okay, let's go down. Ooh, mean. Sort of mean. Actually, it's not mean. What two things add to 21 and multiply to 54? Yeah, good. I actually knew that. I was just seeing who I could suck into my trap. Okay, so what do I do if what's the best I can take out? 3. So that's leaving me with 3a squared plus 7a plus 3. Yep. 2a squared plus 7a plus 3. Okay? Now, I'm looking for what two things add to 7, multiply to 6. Yep. So what are they? Multiply to 6, add to 7. Yep. So 6a plus 1a plus 3. I'm still working on that factoring. Okay, I'm still doing this. Okay, so then I got 3, and then I got big brackets here. So remember, I'm putting small brackets here. I'm just doing this like we've always done. I'm taking out a 2a, leaving me with a plus 3. Taking out a 1, leaving me with a plus 3. So this is 3a plus 3, 2a plus 1. Okay, so that's that one done. And this is how I do them, is I actually work within the question, and then, okay, a minus 4a cubed. Take out an a, that's going to leave you with 1 minus 4a squared. Difference of squares. So that's a 1 minus 2a, 1 plus 2a. Well, this question's just relentless, eh? One more. Remember, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Looking for two things that add to 9 but multiply to negative 10. And negative 1. Okay, so out of this set of brackets, I'm going to take a 2a. That's leaving me with a plus 5. Out of the second set, I'll take a negative 1, leaving me with a plus 5. Okay, that finally factors to a plus 5 times 2a minus 1. Okay, so after you do that, kind of step back and let the dust settle a bit, and then go, okay, let's clean house here. 3 looks like it's staying, right? This 3 here, I can't cancel 3 with anybody. Okay, what can go? And always look for the top level of each one. What I'm talking about is these are actually on the bottom now multiplying. and these are the two on the top multiplying, okay? So this is just to feed an organization, first of all. And remember, you don't want to be your own worst own enemy when you start putting a negative instead of a positive, and or you put a negative but you can't really read it. Then the next one you just actually assume it's positive, so you keep going. Okay, what can we get rid of? An a plus 3 and an a plus 3, yep. So that's gone, and that's gone. What's going to cancel with 2a minus 1? I don't have a 2a minus 1 up top, though. No, the ones that have rectangles are final answers. I got a 2a plus 1 and a 1 plus 2a. Now that gets people. Aren't those the same? Okay. Okay, that's gone. Okay, Mike, what do you want to do? Yeah, see? That's kind of my point. What did I have, b there? Okay, well now I can cancel it. It's a little bit obvious before. It was a plus b. It was a little bit more difficult. Okay? I was just stressing the whole let's not be our worst enemy part. Okay. Is it way too late for that one? Not way too late. I mean, it's all, okay? What else? You guys think you're so smart. What else? How can I cancel? I got a 1 minus 2a. Yeah? Okay, if I take out a negative 1, will it help me? Okay, so if I change this to negative 1, I will do it in block here, negative 1, that would be negative 1 plus 2a. Now do you see there's a negative 1 plus 2a on the bottom? Okay, now that's supposed to be like review at this point, right? That we can do that. So that cancels and that cancels. Okay, now can you look around and see what do we have left? What's left up top? Yeah, we got that a still here. So these two are the only thing left up top. Negative a over 3. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so all you're doing is you're cleaning up a mess here. So the more you can do, the better, obviously. And even if you kind of finish and you're like, hey, that could still cancel, you can still cancel it. You know, it's not too late. Because when you got it all maybe nice and cleaned up, and then you look and you go, oh yeah, there's an a minus 3 and a negative 3 minus a. I could just cancel those, right? So hopefully, if you are very clear with your steps, okay, so we're doing 1 to 6, A, C, E, G. Oh, and non-permissibles. Okay. Equals. A cannot equal what? Negative 3, negative 5, negative 2? Yeah, plus minus 1 over 2. That is it. Okay. 1 to 6, A, C, G. This would be the awesome day for everybody to finish in class and leave it all here in your locker for the weekend.